All right, everybody, welcome back. It is now time to get real with another edition of Straight Talk. Let's meet today's panelists, everybody. Say hello to the First Lady of the Real Housewives of Orange County on Bravo, Vicki Gunvalson. She's an author, love expert, host. Give it up for my friend Diane Valentine. And my girl on the end was an American Idol finalist. Well, now she's a TV host and a beauty blogger. Please welcome back to the show, Kimberly Caldwell Harvey. All right, listen up again. Before we get to the first topic, if you got kids in the room, now would be a good time to send them into another room because some things might heat up. So, all right, let's go with the first topic. First topic, Beyonce recently talked about how she's raising her son, Sir Carter. Here's what she said. I want him to know that he can be strong and brave, but that he can also be sensitive and kind. I want my son to have a high emotional IQ where he is free to be caring, truthful, and honest. It's everything a woman wants in a man, and yet we don't teach it to our boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Vicki, you have an adult son. Okay, is this something that you've taught, that you've thought about, when you were raising him?
I did and I do. To me, a man has to be a man. You have to raise your sons to be men, but also to have compassion and really be understanding of what a woman needs. And we need a lot. Men, there's a lot that we need to instill in these boys because we need a lot. Women need a lot of attention. We need compassion. We need, understanding. And it's good.
Yeah. And Steve, I have 3 grandbabies at home, and me and my daughter, we go back and forth and battle a little bit constantly because she's always telling my grandbabies, like, be a man, be tough, don't cry, you'll be all right. And I'm like, ain't no award for being no thug in America. You gonna get my babies hurt. That's right. They should be sensitive, they should be loving. If they are upset, they should be allowed to cry without being told to be a man at 5 years old.
That's right.
I think that it is absolutely crazy that our worst fear back in the day used to be that we would raise a wimpy boy. Right. And now our worst fear is that we're going to raise like a Harvey Weinstein, which...
Well, there's nothing
nobody
wants a sensitive man.
Nobody wants any of that.
Right.
And so I really think it's like a modern day role reversal. We want our boys to be, sweet as pie, and we want our girls to be tough as nails. And that's why I love that Beyonce was also quoted saying that it's really important to her that her daughters know that, they can be bosses and they can be CEOs and that they speak their mind. And I think it's so,
Yeah, I have 3 sons. I now have 3 grandsons. I don't know that I've taught them to be emotionally sensitive. I think I have taught them to be kind to women. I was raised to be respectful and kind to women. I've always been that way. You might not stay married to me long, but it ain't cause... but it ain't cause I ain't a kind dude. Here's the one thing that we as men have to start teaching our sons. All of this sensitivity training and all of that, I don't know that we'll be that good at that because most of us ain't the greatest at that. Yeah. But I tell you what we are at. We teach our sons, get yourself a girl, get yourself a girl. What we don't teach them and tell them about is the cutoff point. See, if men would teach their sons the cutoff point, you would have a lot less infidelity because we just don't teach them the cutoff point. So what I started doing with my sons was, hey, sons, look, I know you're going to do what you're going to do until you find the one. But when you find the one, let that be the one.
Right.
Be respectful enough to just make her the one. Now, if you want to try another one, then have some guts and go over there and tell her, look, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to go do something else. Now, you're going to get stabbed. So just be ready for that. Let me ask you this question. Are women attracted to men who are more in touch with their emotions or not?
Well, I think that there's a really big difference between a man who's sensitive and a man who's insecure. But I also think that a man who is confident enough to be vulnerable, that's hot. You know, for me, that's really hot.
I hear you, but I don't think most women think like that. I think most women emasculate men when they are too sensitive and they say they are weak and they are crybabies and they are all of these things, and it does them a disservice. It takes a very mature woman to respect a man who is vulnerable.
Yeah.
It takes a very mature woman.
Go ahead.
And secure, you have to be secure with yourself. If you're with a sensitive man, then you have to be secure to know that that's what, you can't change people. Either they're sensitive or they're not.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we're all adults in this room, right?
But I
You
feel
can't
like my
change
husband
anybody.
got sensitive.
Oh.
Like after we were married
But
and
it
we
was
had a
just
baby,
probably
that's
hidden. It was probably hidden.
that's where he got sensitive.
But
It's like
when you
something with
invited
your daughter.
him, he was super sensitive.
But he
Exactly.
needed-
I don't know. I dated all the guys who were not sensitive, and that
See?
didn't work out.
But he needed to feel safe to be open.
To be vulnerable.
Until a guy feels safe, you ain't gonna get the real him.
But Steve, I know so many men that are grown-ass men that are emotionally unavailable.
But there's a balance here. You know, you can't have us and not have what come with us.
Right.
We men. Now, if you just want somebody like you, then go get another you. But now let me ask you ladies something though. How many of you want to be married to another you?
Hell no.
No.
Thank you.
There is no way that would work out. In a
We'll be
million
right
years.
back.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. All right, everybody. I'm back with today's Straight Talk panelists, Vicky Gunvalson, Diane Valentine, and Kimberly Caldwell Harvey. Before we get into the next topic, again, if you have kids, it would be a good time to get them out into another room because things might heat up. Here's the next topic. Researchers are finding that couples have less time for sex these days. Is finding time to be intimate less important when you're both working and busy?
Finding time for sexual intimacy is more important when you are working and when you are busy, because if both of you have careers and have demanding jobs that are stressful and time-consuming and all that, by the time you get home, you need a way to kind of like
A release.
de-stress.
Relationships need intimacy. Whether it's talking, whether it's hand-holding, whether it's kiss goodnight, you need intimacy in a relationship or you're gonna find it someplace else.
But the great thing is when
that's
you're
true.
Now, that's a good one.
exactly. The great thing is when you are this busy though, is when you get to, you know, you gotta get clever. And it's all about like
Spending
squeezing
time.
in those spontaneous
Yes.
quickies. And it's like, hey, listen, thank you. Spontaneous quickies. Yes. But I also think it's like, hey, listen, you don't gotta read the entire book. You can just offer up, you know, a couple cliff notes, if you know what I'm saying. Get it done.
Well, what about having the night to yourself? Do you like it when your man makes plans so you can do your own thing?
Well, I do my own thing regardless if he has plans. I need some girl nights, you know? I do. I go out with my girlfriends or I'll go shopping, but I need to know that I've got my alone time.
Right.
I will admit that I do like to be all up under my dude as often as I can be.
Yeah, me too.
However, he needs his own time and
Yeah.
so do I.
Yeah.
Particularly when I am shopping, because the last thing I want to do is look over and look at him looking at his watch, like, you not done yet?
Right.
I'll be done
You
when
need
I
a-
get done.
right.
Don't you got somebody to go see?
Yeah.
I just went on a trip with my girlfriends, and it was one of the best things I could have ever
good,
done
yeah.
for myself
It's the
because
best.
I came back revived, I came back refreshed.
And missing
and,
him.
And missing him a little, and
I miss my man.
and with a hangover. And no, and honestly, it's like sometimes we forget who we were before we were
Yeah.
married. And sometimes we forget who we were before we were moms. And it's
Right.
really important that we make that a priority.
Absolutely.
That person,
Well-
that person still exists. And that person needs that special time to be
Well-
a better wife, to be a better mom.
You know, it's real simple. You do things with your girls that we don't need to see or hear,
Right.
and it's fun for you. We do stuff as guys that you don't need to hear how we discussing this subject. You really don't. You would be mortified if you sat there and listened to four men who were real good friends just talking about everything. You would be in shock.
Oh, yeah.
We know you don't need to hit us, but it's the way we are. And it's good that you get girl time. Yeah. It's good that you get guy time, just so you can be your natural self.
I think that in a marriage, you have to be fulfilled as individuals first before you can go be like a whole person for that person. It's kind of like, you know, they say, you know, on a plane, like, put on your oxygen mask first before assisting others. And it's like, seriously, you gotta be a fulfilled individual before you can go be a great partner.
My husband is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm really clear when I say, whenever he decides to go to bed, he don't have no curfew. He grown, he can do whatever he want to do. But when it's time for him to go to bed, I'll be right there waiting, boo. Mm-hmm.
She's got that leash.
Hey, look, that's all the time we got, boo. Thanks for being here, ladies. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Very classy group today.
For some straight talk.
Yeah, some straight talk. Let's do it. Okay, here's the first topic. Rapper Wiz Khalifa was recently shamed for letting his son Sebastian take the school bus instead of a private car service since he's wealthy. Should you give your kids a certain lifestyle just because you can?
This is so wrong that people are shaming him for this.
Yeah.
First of all, you can say whatever you want about Wiz Khalifa being a rapper and his lifestyle and who the mother of the child is, but they are very good parents. Wiz Khalifa and Amber Rose, if you follow them on social media, you know that they are fantastic parents.
Right.
The shaming on this, it's so terrible. Kids are already growing up at such a rapid pace. Let the kid have a real, genuine childhood.
Well, not only
But he
growing
was posting it, though.
Not only growing up at such a rapid pace, I mean, already the life of a kid is very isolated because they spend so much time in cyberspace, you know, so much time, you know, on their phone, playing video games and all of that. Riding a school bus is a time when you realize where you fit in the world.
But, maybe
what
he
real
shouldn't
community
have posted it.
Maybe what?
Maybe he shouldn't have posted it because when you are a celebrity, then there's that security factor as well. I mean, I'm not agreeing with let's rip him apart because he's riding the bus, because every kid should ride a bus. But if his dad is posting the picture, that is a security
I think it's okay
risk.
for him to ride the bus.
Like, write it, just don't
until
post it.
a security issue
I don't
comes
post things
up.
about my kids.
I mean, look, even the producers asked me before the show, they said, Steve, how did you do your kids when they were in high school? Because, you know, my sons went to high school, but they caught the bus. I got drivers, but they don't have a driver.
Right.
They
haven't worked to have
They
a
gotta earn some drivers.
That's right.
Yeah.
I tell all my kids, me and your mama got money. Y'all the poor people in the family. So make the adjustment, because that's where you at. And I don't see nothing wrong, man. Look, what's wrong with letting the kid have a regular moment?
That's normal, yeah.
I loved raising my daughter in New York. Because you walk through the streets, I mean, and it's all there for everybody. Everybody's got to walk over a puddle of snow or a pile of poop.
Yep.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You have to do it.
I also grew up in New York and rode the city bus, and I grew up in a middle-class neighborhood in Queens and rode the bus to the Upper East Side in New York. So I really got to see the vast difference of what growing up in my neighborhood was like and then going to a fancy neighborhood like the Upper East Side. And that, for me, was more aspirational than anything else. It made me hustle harder. It just made me, and being in New York, again, just grounded me. And, like, everybody is on the same hustle, you know? You have to do,
But you know, above and beyond anything else, who cares what other people think on social
Well, that's
media
the thing.
and what they're tweeting about how he parents his son?
Yeah, but everybody has an opinion now.
Yes,
Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion, but does it really have to matter?
No, but it
that's-
matters today. We're talking
I
about
guess
it.
so.
It's so crazy. Social media has changed the game. Fame is no longer
everything.
fun
No.
because of social media. We're going to take a break. But when we come back, we're talking how to get money back from an ex.
It ain't happening.
This should be interesting. Don't go away. Hey, I'm back with today's Straight Talk panelists, the incredible Lynn Whitfield, the fabulous Tamara Judge, and the wonderful Julissa Bermudez. All right, let's get back into it. Next topic.
Yeah.
Money is one of the biggest causes of stress in a relationship, but oftentimes that stress doesn't go away after you break up. We have audience members here who are dealing with this sort of thing. Where's Zena? What's your question?
Okay, so Steve, I broke up with my boyfriend recently, and while we were dating, I lent him money. Now, I know he's broke, but I still need to get my money back. And I've been continuing to speak to him because I feel like that's the only way for me to get it back, but I don't really want to continue doing that either. So what should I do?
Why are you dating a scrub?
No, what? On that passenger side. When I met him and we started talking, he had all these dreams and aspirations, and I bought into his dream, and I was like, I will back
Well,
you.
I mean, how long were you dating him?
And how much money are we talking about?
We're talking about somewhere around $800.
Oh,
And we were dating right around a year. Just long enough for me to see that the dream was just what that was.
So can you just write it off to a nice learning experience?
Yeah.
And the thing is, was there anything in your spirit, anything in your ear, anything in your gut when you went and wrote the check or went to the ATM
Absolutely.
and gave him the money that was saying anything?
Yeah.
Well, the issue was that I was giving him the money because he couldn't pay his own bills, so I guess that
But what I'm saying
The
is, did
flag.
something in you say this may be a mistake?
Like, don't do it.
yes.
Well, the thing is maybe the
There's the
lesson
lesson.
is that when your gut tells you, I call it, you know, your whispering angels,
Right.
say, you know, hold up, this is not a good idea.
Correct.
Don't do it. And the other thing is don't date potential.
Right.
That doesn't show that he's actually making progress toward the dream.
Yeah.
Take
He
guys
got to
want
be.
your
He
money.
got to be.
Toward it,
He
right?
can't. You
Yeah.
can't date a guy that's gonna get on the ladder. You have to date a
At
guy
least
that's
be on
on
the
the
ladder.
ladder.
On the ladder.
He got to have his feet on the ladder at
Right?
least.
No matter how hard he's pulling up, and I love hard work.
And I
That
think
old,
if you're-
that old,
if you're-
I'm gonna go start something. No, partner.
If you're not working on it, you know,
Right.
because
And I think
purpose
if
is
you're
an everyday
loaning
thing.
somebody
What?
money in the future, like, you got to know that there's a chance you're not going to
Gonna
get
get
it
it
Yeah,
back.
there's always that chance.
So-
And, you know, not to plug anything, Steve, but I've read your book, and one of the P's.
You better plug it.
One of the 3 P's is that man better be a provider, and you are not the one that's supposed to be giving him any money.
Right.
So that was definitely a no-no from the start.
Okay. That's fair. Thank you.
And see, here's another thing. Lynn is saying it one way. You can write this off as just a learned experience, but I have a philosophy. I loan money to buy people out my life.
Yo, yes.
See, once I loan you money and you don't pay me back, I've now bought you out of my life.
I'm
Now,
tweeting that.
It just cost you $800 to rid yourself of $1 million problem.
And that is so little. Yes.
All right, I think that's pretty good. We got time for one more. Where's Mel?
Yes, hi.
Okay. What's your question?
Hi, Steve. Hi, ladies. Okay, so I was dating this guy for just under a year when he had to go away for work for 2 months. And about a month into him being gone, he broke up with me pretty unexpectedly. When he got back into town, I reached out to him for closure and to give him back some of the stuff that he had in my apartment, like his clothes and some books and whatever. And instead of responding, he cut off communication with me completely for 3 months. And now he reached out to me out of the blue and is asking how I'm doing and if we can meet up and talk and he can pick up his stuff. I'm just wondering what his motives are, and I don't know if I should give him his stuff back.
No.
Wait a minute. You're saying that he's reached back out to you?
After
trying to
3 months that he's been gone.
And he wants his
And
stuff
not
back.
And he
Returning
wants his
your calls.
stuff back?
Yeah, he says he
After
wants
you
to
tried
talk
to
and-
reach out to him before to give him his stuff back?
Yeah, when he got back to town after being away, I wanted to, like, you know, tie up
Because
loose
you
ends,
wanted some
give him
closure.
stuff back and closure.
Okay,
and
I'm
all
gonna let
that.
the ladies handle
Well,
it.
I hope you donated his clothes to a homeless shelter.
I agree. The thing is that he gave you the closure that you need.
Yeah.
But by not returning your calls in that 3 months, you all deserve so much more than any of this.
sometimes people aren't gonna give you closure. You have to find closure with yourself.
Yeah.
And when they do circle around, you're already you have forgotten about them. And just to button it all up, you know, there's an app now that they will handle your ex's stuff and make sure that they get it, and you don't even have to do anything. So you might want to research that one.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me,
An app.
please listen to me. Men don't do closure.
Okay.
We don't do closure. We don't have one final conversation to button it up like Jaleesa said. We don't do that. We don't do closure. It's over, we're gone.
Yeah.
Here's the closure.
Bye-bye.
You ain't heard from us. It's over. Stop waiting on closure that may never come.
Yes.
Like she said, provide the closure for yourself. Get yourself in a mental space and go on about your business. It's not important why he don't want you no more. I think
really
you'll be doing fine. Ladies, I want to thank y'all for being here. Really, really nice. Before we get to the first topic, just want to remind you, if you have kids, it would be a good time to send them to another room because things could get a little heated up here. So let's go. Scientists say the secret to your success could be having a work spouse, 2 platonic colleagues who have a bond similar to a married couple. A recent study found that having a work spouse leads to a less stressful workplace if you got a work spouse, and increased productivity on the job. Ladies, would it be okay if your man had a work wife?
Hell no. Negative.
Not happening.
I mean, what's the point of, if I'm married, what is the point of us being married just for you to go to your second wife at work? That means I'm not doing my job. So, no. And if I find out you got a work wife, she gotta, hear from me. That's a problem. That's a problem.
You would say something to her.
Absolutely. Well, I wouldn't have to, because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
This is Chicago, Jessica.
Right.
It just ain't going down.
I get the whole having a companion at work, but I think the term wife, like, that's just too much. If we're in a relationship, even if we're not married, I don't want you to be calling any girl wife. Like, nobody at work or anywhere you go, like, this is us. So don't be calling X, Y, or Z wife. Like, it's about that's me.
And it will not work, and it's a really bad idea. But it's a bad idea because when women and men are in platonic relationships, and you spend a lot of time together, particularly at work, it is inevitable somebody is gonna start having some feelings at one point or another. Now, I know because my husband was my friend. That's how I rolled up on
Oh, he was just your friend.
So you was a work wife.
Oh.
You heard. I was just a friend, so that's how that stuff can happen. So I say absolutely not, no wives. And if you gotta have a wife to be successful, I guess my husband ain't gonna be successful.
If your husband's a failure, listen to me. I agree with something everything you say. I don't even understand. See, scientists say.
Scientists aren't married.
That's right. Who are these people?
Right.
See,
They're not the married
scientists they're not in real life. They sitting somewhere in a laboratory with a survey or either a microscope, and they in here figuring stuff out. But you put that microscopic stuff in real life, and you got 3 women who have said, no, the term wife belongs to your wife. Let her hear you call somebody else wife and see what happened to you.
Problem.
It's crazy. All right, next topic, let's go. Earlier this year, country singer Jason Aldean and his wife took a vacation without the kids after becoming new parents. People shamed the couple, saying that they were bad parents for leaving their 3-month-old at home. Is it okay for new parents to take a vacation without the baby?
Hell yes.
They all got
yes.
kids. They all got kids. No, I come from a huge family where, unfortunately, growing up, my parents didn't have the funds to go take a vacation, but even if they just went out in the backyard just to get away from all of us, it was just like, this is a vacation. I don't get to hear y'all little rascals running around yelling and screaming all day. I'm not a parent, but I know what my parents went through. It's 8 of us. I have 8 siblings. And we was something else, especially me. I'm the middle child.
Me.
Vacations are essential for your emotional health and your relationship. Like, women have to remember that you were a wife before you were a mother.
Yeah.
That is really, really important. And I think oftentimes that we just simply forget that. Now, I'm all about a vacation. However, I don't believe in nannies. If my child is not with my mother, I need a camera. I need hidden cameras. I need somebody knocking on the door every other hour because I don't trust anybody with my baby.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
That's interesting.
That's some new age parenting, that nanny stuff.
Yeah.
To go to the vacation, and some people don't have the luxury of having parents or relatives, you know, so they have to have nannies. And if,
Bless their heart.
but
She
yeah,
gotta come too, then. She need a room next door. She gotta come too.
those 9 months, I mean, they're new parents, so they're going through everything for the first time. So I'm not a parent, but I could just imagine how overwhelmed I would be, like 9 months of being pregnant. Now it's a whole new life. There's this baby here. We're stressed. We want to have fun too.
Yeah.
You know, we want that spark. Let's get away for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Really healthy.
See, my first children were born 35 years ago. I had twins. Wow. The day after they were born, I needed a vacation. The day after. Hey, folks, up next, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn were caught by the cops having sex on their very first date. And we're gonna find out what the panel's rules for sharing the cookie are when we come back. Probably don't wanna miss this. All right, everybody, we're back and we're talking about everything from parenting to love, sex, relationships with my guests, Diane Valentine, Crystal B, and Tyronda Jones. And once again, if you have kids, it'd now be a good time to send them to another room because things could heat up. Okay, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn have been together for over 30 years. In a recent interview, Kurt Russell dished on the couple's memorable first date, revealing that they got caught having sex by the police. How far should you go on a first date?
To the date and back home. I mean, that's it. I mean, if you're adventurous and if you into that kind of stuff, do your thing. But no, for me, you know, keep it cute. You know, take me on a date. Let's get to know, cause I feel like you gotta get to know each other before you feel like that's something you wanna.
I feel like now anything is acceptable. There's things like Tinder where you could go on a date with somebody you haven't even met. You just see their picture on your phone. You go on a date, and that's what Tinder's for. It's for hooking up. You
Is
go
it really?
Yeah, you go eat, and then you figure out what the next move is if you're both feeling it. And if you're both feeling it, then you do the deed, and then maybe something comes from it. But if the person is up for it, if both people are up for it, then what's the problem?
Well, I'm gonna try to answer this like a love expert that I am.
Come on, Diane.
And I would say
Let's hear this.
you should absolutely not have sex with anybody on the first date. Absolutely not. Because women, it is known that women cannot separate sex and love.
Yeah.
And when we have sex with you, that means that we are emotionally attached and tied and connected, and we need our ring, and we wanna know when is the wedding date, and when are you coming over for the house for dinner. Now, that's the love expert answer.
But I agree. You know, if somebody walk in the bathroom on me, we go together. If you kiss me on the cheek, we go together.
Here's the deal, though. For the most part, it doesn't work out for women this way. And I tell women this all the time. First of all, men can get hurt too, but you are the first to get hurt. Because you have committed an act that should mean more to you than it does to me.
Come on,
That's
Steve.
a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't treat it that way, now here the cold part, here go the kicker. If you don't treat it like it's special, then guess what? We ain't finna treat it special either. Because if you don't treat it special, what you want us to do?
Yeah. That's good.
And we don't play like that. But she is absolutely reflecting what's happening in the world today.
Yeah.
And Tinder is very real like that. And she's absolutely correct. If two people agree, what's the problem? Well, the problem is for women, y'all can't do test drives. See, if y'all do test drives, y'all wind up getting drove.
Yes. Yes.
That's what happened to you. We test drive all day long.
And you know, I think I I'm all about women that are sexually liberated, right? It's your body, it's your decision, it's all of that. But when I first started dating my husband, I was very clear with him. Like, sex is not free. It's gonna cost you something. And I ain't talking about a transaction.
Right.
So let's be really clear about this before either of us go too far.
But you know what? That's what it is. And we understand that. Because if you have a value to it, then it must be valuable.
Yeah.
And so now we treat it that way. All right, we got to take a break. Up next, the panel's tackling some viewer questions around the country, so stay with us. We'll be back with some viewers. Hey, everybody, we're back discussing sex, love, relationship, or more with our Straight Talk panel. All right, now it's time for our viewers to talk back and ask the panel some questions. Let's check out the first question.
Hey guys, it's Rhea here. I watch you guys on WAGA TV, Fox 5, all of the time. Here's the thing, I need a little bit of dating advice. Dating in the city of Atlanta, Georgia is horrible. So after a series of grueling dates, I've been landing on the old-fashioned trick. Phone a friend, fake emergency call. My friends are sick and tired of bailing me out. So here's my question. Is it wrong to bail on a date if you know it won't lead to a second one?
Nope.
Nah.
Get out of there.
No.
Don't waste your time.
Get out?
Get out. Yeah, get out. And I've phoned a friend before. If you have to ask the hostess to get you out of there, like, get out of there.
I think we've all had encountered something like that. What did they just, all the time. I'll text them like, call me and just say somebody died, because I gotta go.
Just say somebody
say
dead.
Somebody died. And then, you know, I'm an actress, you know, I'm good. So I'll just cry like, oh my God. And they'll be like, wait, you need to leave? Yes. Yes. I gotta go. But then I always tell people, because it sounds like this happens too often, but if you know, or if you got a hunch that this person might not be the one, or you might not have that chemistry, just don't go. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
At that point, it's not even about, let's just eat dinner. Maybe it could turn into something like having dinner with somebody that you're just not connecting with is so bad. Like, you just want to get out of there. You definitely don't want to go on the second one. Don't lead the guy on.
Right. And I hear you ladies, I hear it can be painful when you're with somebody that you do not like. However, I believe in the laws of reciprocity. And if you are doing that to somebody else, don't be surprised when somebody does it to you. And it might not be a date. It could be a boss. It could be your girlfriend. It could be a friend. But if you are so inconsiderate of someone else's time, energy, and money, that's coming back on you. Sorry.
Now, Diane,
I'd rather
you have to say that.
Bring it back.
Well,
I'd rather
You have to say that, Diane.
but you know what, though? Look, ladies, you all have this born thing that God gave of you. You all have intuition. Your intuition is real. You're sitting there. You know this ain't it. You know you don't need to finish the meal. You don't need the wine to come to help you get through it. Get up, go to the bathroom, and go to your car.
That ain't that bad.
No,
that's just as worse.
No, let me tell you something.
just as
I've told my daughters, if you're sitting there and you know this boy is a bum and it ain't working, get up, go to the bathroom, and go get in your car.
But see, in your opinions, at no point has anybody said be honest. Be honest. If you don't like him, just say, hey, I appreciate you, I appreciate this time, but you know, this ain't working.
Yeah.
So we
You
just
can
gonna
do
end
that.
it.
You can do that on the way home.
Text him later.
You in your car.
I'm not as communicative. No, but some people can't do the face-to-face and
listen,
be honest. And I'm one
honestly,
side when it comes to
I
stuff
just
like
can't
that.
do you.
Delivering back.
It's not working out.
Do not waste your
And
time.
Diane, there's nothing wrong with, like I said to her earlier, there's nothing wrong with being honest. But like you said, some people can't communicate in person and just be that brutally honest and say, look, I don't like you. So like you said, when I leave, I'll call you or I'll text you. Hey, you know what? It was nice, but no
Y'all wrong.
thanks.
Single women, don't believe them. Y'all call me. I'm gonna give you some coaching.
But now listen to me. The problem with men, ladies, is if you sit there, we're stupid. We don't see that it's going wrong. We thinking everything just fine. Do you know how many times you done sat across from a man knowing it wasn't nothing, and he just full steam ahead? He just rolling through. He the bull in the china shop. He making it worse. You don't owe him that. And I'm telling you, if you let him, now all of a sudden, he attached to you. Now getting rid of him is a little bit more difficult. All of you have had a man pursue you that you did not want to pursue. If you'd have got him, left him right there in that restaurant, you could have stopped a lot of this. But you being nice. Just call me sometime. Now he calling all the damn time. Get up, walk out. I say run. Dive out a window. Dive out a window and let him see you dive out the window.
Which is still very honest. He gets the point.
Yeah.
That's straight up.
Ladies, thank you so much.
Broke.
Really enjoyed
You broke.
Really enjoyed y'all. That's our panel today. We'll be right back, folks.